Hi everybody. So I thought I'd do a workout outside today as it's a beautiful day. It's going to be a basic mat class, incorporating all different body parts. So make sure you're nice and tall, sit up nice and tall, feet flat on the floor, rolling down through the back, arms down by your side. Make sure the heels are not too far away from you and just give yourself a few pelvic tilts just to stabilise that back, just to warm it up a little bit. And you might feel a couple of parts where it might be a little bit stiff, so maybe you want to go a bit slower in those particular parts. When you've done a couple of these, just come back to a neutral spine, float the arms up to the ceiling and just give me some arm circles. I'm not aiming to take my arms back and touching the floor. I'm just aiming just to take the arm in its range of movement comfortable for me. Keeping the knees completely still, keeping the feet completely flat. Make sure you're not rolling out or in. And when you've done 5 one way, you're going to do 5 the other. And this is the time to feel if there's one shoulder a little bit tighter than the other, or are they both feeling quite equal? 3, inhaling down, exhaling up. 4, inhaling down, exhaling up, and 5. You're going to pop your hands behind your head, not your neck. Slowly come up, keep those elbows wide, don't bring those elbows in by your ears. Keeping that tummy nice and flat, you're going to lift one leg up to the ceiling and pop it back down. Other leg up to the ceiling, pop down, not the ceiling. Knee into tabletop and down. Knee into tabletop, shows I teach a lot in studios. And down. And again, lifting up, no movement here. Everything connecting nice and strongly. Exhale. Inhale, one more time. Make sure you stay lifted in the upper body and you don't drop down. One more time. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Hold it here for a couple of seconds. Lift up 1 more centimetre and then slowly come back down. I'm going to do that one more time. Inhale at the bottom. Nice and deep into the ribs and exhale. Through the mouth, lifting up. Feel those shoulder blades onto the mat, so the tips of the shoulder blades onto the mat as you lift up. And then we're going to change it slightly. In, push the leg out, and in. Push the leg out, flexing that foot as you extend the leg. 3, and 4. Inhale, exhale. 5, and then release. Bringing the other leg up. Again, don't drop down with the upper body. You can inhale when you bring the knee in, exhale as you take the leg out, or you can change it the other way round if you want to. This is number 4. Keeping nice and lifted, shoulders away from your ears. 5, and then lift up 1 more centimetre. Slowly come back down and then hug your knees into your chest. Bottom coming off the floor. Right hand on the right knee, left hand on the left knee, and circle in the hips. And then circle the other way. And then release. We're going to do the same sort of thing, but going to keep the head on the floor this time. Lengthen those arms away, okay? Really push onto the hands so you're engaging the shoulder girdle. Coming up into tabletop again. Relax those feet, not pointed, not flexed. And then drop the heel onto the floor. You'll feel your engagement here in your lower abdominals. Slowly coming back up. And then exhale away. Inhale, lift. Exhale away. Inhale, lift. So you're doing the same sort of thing as before, but this time I want you to take the heel away a little bit longer towards the end of the mat without tilting your pelvis. Okay, it's very easy to tilt and arch your back, Keep that lower back down into the mat. If you want to work a little bit harder, opposite arm and opposite leg move together. And again, I'm not aiming, put my hand onto the floor behind me. Okay, I'm just reaching the arm back to where is comfortable for me. Let's just do 2 more of these, one each side. Exhale away, inhale, lift. Exhale away, inhale, lift. And then release down. Hug the knees again. Put the feet back down, arms, palms facing upwards, and drop the knees right and left. Okay, just loosening up that lower back. Okay, first exercise is going to be the roll up. So we're going to take our arms back, take the arms forward, take your legs forward, flex, point, and then relax the feet. Flex, point, and then relax the feet. One more time. Flex, point, and then relax. I want them to stay relaxed in this exercise. You're going to bring the arms up to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale. Rolling up into your C curve. So I'm making that letter C. I'm really not coming much more further forward than this. I'm going to sit up nice and tall, stacking those vertebrae on top of each other one by one. And then I'm going to round my back from my centre, round my back, as though somebody is holding your hands here and then rolling all the way back down. Again, trying to soften those feet. Number 2, inhale. Remember, if you find this hard to do, come onto your elbow and then reach forwards. You can flex your feet here for an added hamstring stretch. Slowly come back up. Nice and tall with the back. Start the movement in the pelvis, as though somebody's kicked you in the tummy. Round back, don't come up with your shoulders by your ears, shoulders down. Relax the feet all the way down and reach back. And again, inhale. Sometimes you might just want to come to here for the roll up, that's fine. Exhale, forward. And slowly up. Shoulders away from the ears. Imagine your arms are on a shelf. And slowly down through the back. Got one more repetition here. Inhale. Exhale. Forward. All the way up. Now then, on this one, take your arms up and see if you can go down with your arms higher. If not, take them forward, but try and maintain that height with the arms. And then come back into knees bent position. I'm just going to scoot my mat forward a bit. That's better. Okay, feet apart, maybe heels towards you a little bit more than they were before. We're going to imprint that lower back one more time. We're going to come into now shoulder bridge. So lifting up, and I want this one flowing movement. Taking the arms back. As they go back, rolling down through the back. Every single vertebra hitting down on that mat. It's as though the arms are following what the lower body is doing. So you're peeling the bottom off. You're peeling the spine. The arms follow, and then as you roll down, you're lengthening that spine, reaching those arms behind you, then they follow. Just gives you an extra length in that back. And again, imprint lower back into the mat. Exhale. As you roll up, hips stay the same height. Switch on those glutes, switch on the hamstrings. Lengthen that spine as you roll back down. Lift those arms up to the ceiling. And down. We've got one more repetition. Exhale. All the way up. Squeeze on those glutes. Knees parallel. Hips parallel. Arms go back. By now they might be touching the floor without you forcing it. Exhale down, arms come back and release. Coming into the next exercise, coming into tabletop position, lower back goes into the floor, hands go behind your head, holding it here, lengthen the right leg and then lengthen the left leg and right and left, quite pacey here. And just like the warm-up, we don't want the upper body to drop down. Okay, the upper body stays nice and lifted. If you want to work a little bit harder and you don't need your hands behind your head, pop your hands either side of the knee. We're not bringing the knee into the chest, we're keeping it in that tabletop position. If your neck hurts, keep your head on the floor. If your back hurts, keep your legs going up to the ceiling. And keep going. We do 8 more. 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Hold behind the thighs. Lift yourself up a little bit more. Pop your head back on the floor if you need to. Straight into double leg stretch. Exhale, round and in. Breathe in, exhale and in. Breathe in, exhale. When you breathe in, try and lengthen that body. 2 more. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Lengthen that leg up. Bring the nose towards the knee. 2 little pulses. 1, 2. Lengthen the leg away. 1, 2. Lengthen the leg away. Flex that foot when you bring the leg in towards you. If you want to, you can do the same thing. Head on the floor. And if you really don't have the flexibility in your legs and your back is hurting, just bend your knees slightly and do it in this position here. Okay? Let's do 2 more. 1 more. And then release. Relax the head side to side. Hug your knees in, a little bit of a rocking. And then pop your hands behind your thighs and start to rock the body until you come into a seated position with your feet just off the floor. Open up the elbows. We're going to go straight into rolling. Inhale back, exhale. Up without putting the toes on the floor. Inhale back, exhale up. Inhale back, exhale up. Inhale back, exhale up. If you really find that hard, you can just go halfway, opening the back up in this position, slowly up. Let's do 2 more. Inhale back, exhale up. Make sure your hands are not behind your knees, they're behind the thighs. Opening up the elbows, dropping the shoulders down the back, so you don't want to be rolling in a hunched position. And then release. So we're going to take those legs forwards, slightly bend them, stay up nice and tall, and take the arms on a V. I always think if you take your arms out, you can't see them. You're hyperextending your shoulders a bit. So I like to take my arms in a wide V so you can see your thumbs. Slightly bend the knees to take the load off the back of the legs and the pelvis. Inhale nice and tall. Exhale, twist. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Try to look at the back shoulder or elbow as you do this. Maybe the elbow is better. Try and stay nice and tall. Try and stay connected with your center. Shoulders must be down away from your ears. It's very easy to go into this position here, okay? If you find you are doing that, maybe you want to cross your hands across your chest, which will keep your shoulders down. Let's do 1 more each side. And then release. Take the arms behind you, either hands facing in or take them slightly out, flexing the feet. You're going to come up into leg pull supine. So I want you to put your hands underneath the elbows, which are underneath the shoulders, and the body stays in a nice long line. going to hold it here for about 10 seconds. If that's hard for you, you can bend your knees, okay? Push the heels into the floor, lift those hips, so no bottoms down here. Lift the hips up, that's about 10 seconds, and then release. Release the wrists, and pop them back again. Lift up nice and tall. So this isn't tall, this is tall. Chest lifted, shoulders away from your ears. Lift up and keep those hips nice and level. Look straight ahead, you're not looking up, looking straight ahead, holding it there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly drop down, hug the knees. Got the forehead down. Got one more repetition. Hands go back or to the side, whatever you feel most comfortable. Lifting up, push on the heels and lift. If you want to work harder, you're going to hold one leg up to the ceiling, point the toe, take it back down. Change legs. Point the toe, back down. Flex the foot, point the toe, back down. Let's just do one more. Flex the foot, point the toe, back down, and slowly down. Okay, let's move over onto our tummy. Reaching those arms out in front of you. I'm going to slightly go forward so you can see me. I'll be in the flowers in a minute. Take those arms out, take those legs out, and before you start this, I want you to engage your abdominals. So you bring your abdominals, try and bring your tummy button away from the mat. Okay? So from here, lift the left leg, and then lift the right. Lift the left. Just floating the legs up, and up, and up. They don't have to go too high, all right? As you can see, it's not the height I'm looking for, it's the length of the leg. And then we're going to add the opposite arm, opposite arm, opposite arm, opposite arm. And for 4, and 3, and for 2, and for 1. A little bit quicker. 1, 2, 3. Again, lengthen the opposite arm, opposite leg. Last 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release down. Bring those hands by your side. Curl the toes underneath. Come up into an all fours position and just hunch up like a cat. And then come back to neutral. And again, hunch up like a cat. And back to neutral. Take the hands, one hand print forward, curl the toes underneath, come up into leg pull, prone position. So nice, strong plank. Same thing as we did before, we're going to hold it here for 10 seconds. We're now prone though, pushing into those hands. If you want to, you pop your knees down. What I don't want to see is sagging bottoms, okay? Stay in that position, whether you put the knees down or lift them. That's about 10 seconds. Drop the knees down and sit back. Glue those hands onto the floor. Slowly coming back. Curl the toes underneath. Lift up, holding it there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Nice diagonal position. Energy coming through out to your head. Energy coming out through the heels. And release back. And just like the supine one we did, we're going to lift the legs. Flex, point, and down. Flex, point, and down. Flex, so keeping the hips totally still, totally level. Again, it's not the height of the leg, it's the length of the leg. If you want to do this on your knees, you can. Just lengthening the leg in this position. Let's do one more. Point, flex, or flex point, whatever I was doing before, can't remember now. Hold it there, and then want you to lower yourself down very slowly onto the mat. And then take your arms behind you. I want you to lift your arms up to the ceiling, lift those legs, and then slowly come back down. Again, connect with your abdominals, draw the belly button away from the mat, lift the arms. If that's enough for you, just do that. Open up the shoulders, lift the legs, lift the upper body a little bit higher, just go to where it's completely pain-free, and slowly down. Let's just do one more. Opening up the chest. Make sure both arms are about the same height. Lifting up the legs, push into that pubic bone, lift up. Again, you can keep your hands here if that's better for your back. And then slowly down. You're going to come up. You're going to come back down and just give yourself a stretch. Slowly coming back up. Your last exercise for today, before the noise starts outside. I can hear banging in the background. Lift up nice and tall. Okay, if you want to sit on a pillow or rolled up towel, you can. That'll tilt your pelvis slightly forward, and you can bend your knees slightly if you want to. Another twisting exercise, rotation. Arms slightly forward. Lift up nice and tall. Opposite thumb to opposite big toe. Keeping the butt cheek on the mat. Back thumb going downwards. Slowly up and exhale. And inhale, nice and tall. Exhale. Inhale, tall. Exhale, reach further and further. Remember I said you can bend your knees if you need to, if that's easier for you. It's the rotation of the spine that's the most important exercise, big part of the exercise here. Let's do one more. And release. Just to release off. Pop your hands behind the thighs. Just roll back. Just come up. Straighten the legs up, out and in. Give yourself a bit of a side stretch. Bit of a side stretch. Oh, that feels good. Bit of a side stretch. Bit of a side stretch. And you are done. Well done.